Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. This is part 2 of Steamwood Forest Isaac. Part 1, I'll have it up whenever I can. Right now I have it saved as a private video. Initially I'd uploaded it publicly, then I had more issues with it than I thought I'd wind up getting. So, initially I was looking at just trying to mute certain segments of it, but that was going to take a while, and I'm like, if it's going to take that long with that, I'd rather, even though it's initially was blocked anyway, I figured, okay, I'll just delete the video, I'll re-upload it as private, and then I'll just try to, because I'm trying to mute the individual songs and still keep the commentary in, but it takes a while for that to upload, process, because it only lets you do it for one song at a time, because I have mods, and I explained in the video, but again, you're not really getting to see that just yet, so I'll probably have to explain the mods pretty quick. I'll go through it a lot faster. And I'll try to explain what happened in the previous video, which may be up eventually. Like I said, there will be some parts will be kind of muted. I'll try to do the thing where it mutes just the song and not the voice. And again, in general, I apologize for the inconvenience that this is for people. If anybody was actually listening to the video at all. Not that anybody really watches anything on my channel to begin with. I'm the cringiest person on the internet, and I do understand my videos are boring, and I mainly just make these videos for me. And if other people want to watch it, that's awesome. But, yeah. I just sort of just rambled at my computer. But yeah. I had a video get copyright strike. That was posted about a year ago. So let's play a video of a game called Punchline. So at least send an appeal in. Though in my thing I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that really counts as copyright. If it is, I'm okay with you guys deleting the video. But it would have been nice to get some sort of notification asking me to take it down. Because I know at one point I tried to do a creepypasta, unrehearsed creepypasta narration of, I don't remember the name of the story. I used a picture of Russell Crowe from the movie Virtuosity as a background, and I used an instrumental from Rammstein as background music. And something about that was claimed. I don't know if it was the picture or the music, but I was like, okay, I understand. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'll go and delete the video, because it said, hey, delete the video in 7 days or get a copyright strike. I'm like, okay, I understand. That's cool enough. That's the thing. That's all I ask is, hey, just let me know. Like, just give me a thing in my YouTube studio saying, hey, this video is claimed. You either remove this segment or whatever. You know, just let me know which video so that I can actually do something about it. But yeah. But, like I said, I messaged YouTube about that, so they're probably looking into that. Of course, that's a whole process, so I can't expect things to be done instantly with that. But, so, and I'm sure they'll get to it, because I'm YouTube, as well as the company that had issues with the copyrights of that game. They're both very reasonable, so they'll at least listen to it, and if they, like I said, if they don't want the video on there, that's understandable. Some companies don't want, game cutscenes to be on YouTube. That's understandable. But it's just like a little bit of notification saying, hey, we're wanting to claim this, so please take it down. So, okay. But that's fine. It's their content in terms of music. Same with I had a Madoka Magica. It's an anime, and it was a granted, just music was in the background as a mod. So apparently they have a problem with that. So okay, but video is blocked until I fix that. So I just, like I said, deleted it, re-uploaded as private. Trying to, like I said, it will probably delete some of the commentary. Not that it's very good. But, it'll take some time for it, because it only lets me do it for one song at a time. There's like 20 different claims in the because it uses the different songs in the. So I'm not even sure if I should even try to have the video on there or not. I mean, as long as I can delete the parts of the song that it cares about the copyright for, I guess that works. I'm not sure. I guess I should have expected that for a music mod, but like I said, it is what it is. I understand completely. But yeah, it was just kind of odd just to like surprise copyright strike for a game that I posted a video on almost a whole year ago, and just out of the blue, I'm like, but that's fine. Like I said, YouTube, you know, run by very understanding people. So I'm sure they'll read that thing. They'll at least take the time to read my comment. They give you about 2,000 characters. Well, I kind of ramble when I talk, so I did save everything I wrote in a separate file on the computer, so I can at least go back to that if I need to reference what I actually said. But yeah, I mainly just told them, like, hey, it's cool. If you consider it copyright, I'm okay with that. If you don't want the video on there, I understand. But just, you know, send me an email in the future. Like, let me know what's going on. You know, you give me a notification telling me that, hey, you're not okay with this segment of the video, let me know. I'll do what I can to fix it. Though, there may come a time, because I know I have to have that surgery eventually if I'm not feeling well at that time. I mean, like, there might be a couple weeks where I'm not able to mess with YouTube at all, because, well, I'll be feeling horrible. So I'm not. Granted, if I can, I will try to record a video and post that very same day. But I'm not sure if I'm putting that off for as long as possible. Granted, doctors want me to do that about a year ago, as is. So, but I'm putting that off as long as possible. Actually, I made a whole playlist. Well, the Angry Stream playlist talking about that. I think I posted that video about a month or so ago. But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. And of course, when I tried to upload part 1 of Steamwood Forest, just video was instantly blocked before it could even get uploaded. So, like I said, deleted the video, re-uploaded as private, and it might take me a week to get, because like I said, there's a beta thing where it mutes just the song but not the commentary. So I don't know how that works. I'm at least gonna do it. Like, if I can have the video in a state that YouTube, as well as the company that owns the music rights to Madoka Magica, if I can get the video into a state that they are okay with, then you guys can see it. If not, I also understand that. If, you know, the company that, because it's the same company that owns the game Punchline as well, that has the issue with this, and I'm like, this company that has a 4-letter name, because I'm trying to avoid saying it, but again, I think anybody kind of knows about this company, because it's the main company that tends to claim things on YouTube for a lot of people, so I guess that's a main issue a lot of people run into. Because I'm not even sure if they'd want me to say their name, because I don't know how that works. Like, so would they even want me to say their name? I don't know. But it's a company that owns like so much music and movies and apparently parts to games. And I'm like, do they own everything? Are they like Disney? Do they own everything? Because I know, like, I will use a little bit of music from certain things here and there, but I'm like, okay, I'll at least avoid Disney songs. And it's not like I'm monetized or ever plan to get monetized. I'm not making money off of it. It's basically just, a lot of times, it's either me trying to sing something or me just using it as artistic expression. It's not like I'm uploading somebody's straight up video, like, oh yeah, I'm uploading somebody's music video. You know, it's more like, hey, it's me trying to sing badly with it, or me using it as a background to listen to when I'm playing a game, to be like, hey, I feel strongly about words that are being said in the song, so I'm trying to convey that, hey, just the stuff being said in the song is a bit of a reflection of just how I feel emotionally, and just I'm trying to express my feelings. But again, there are better ways to do it, and of course I understand I'm a bit awkward about things. So, yes, not exactly the best way anybody can go about doing a YouTube channel, but again, a lot of people would avoid these things a lot more strictly just because they're trying to make a living off of YouTube. I am just a crazy guy who rambles at his computer and is just lonely, boring, and annoying. And this is just a very obsessive hobby for me. I would just say hobby, but considering the fact that I've done about 2,500 videos, some of which went up to about 14 hours long. Granted, I couldn't upload that one because it was over 12 hours. Because it was 14 hours pretty much, but apparently you can't upload anything longer than 12 hours on YouTube, I guess. Unless there's some special allowance that gets made when you actually become like monetized or something like that. But like I said, I have no intention of being monetized. I don't want this ever to be a job. Granted, I don't knock people that do make money off YouTube. That's awesome for you guys. But that's not why I do this. I do this because I'm a lonely, depressed person who just wants to talk. And because I really like the Let's Play community. And I just want to be a part of the Let's Play community. Even if it's just like, hey, yeah, it's that Lunar D8 guy who's just really, really annoying. And his videos are boring as hell. But it's not like I have to be some sort of brand. It's not like I ever plan to have sponsors or have a Patreon or some sort of donations or super chats or all of that. I'm not trying to make money. In fact, I'm actively against ever making a cent. I don't want this to be a job. I want this to be a way I can actually talk without a filter. Granted, it'd be probably a good idea to avoid using music that's copyrighted. But again, it's like I don't care if a video is demonetized and I don't make money from it because I don't make money from any of it. Because that's not why I do it. I do it because this is just a form of expression for me. I can talk about anything, especially since I'm pretty sure I've talked more in my YouTube channel than I have in the entire rest of my life combined. Which actually makes me sound like a very withdrawn and lonely person. Which would not be inaccurate. But yeah, like I said, as far as copyrights, like I said, I understand where they're coming from on that. It's kind of a shame, because, like I said, these mods, I don't have, well, the only mod I'm missing now is the Madoka Magica mod, because I wanted music that wasn't the same music I've been listening to in this game over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, but the only thing that changes the difficulty of the game is, where is it? This. Boss Rush and Hush are the doors are open at all times. There's no time limit for the boss rushes. So, there's that. Now, I got to boss rush about an hour into the video, so yeah, I definitely need that. But aside from that, you know, part 1 was Bestia mod versus Madness Combat. You know, this is stuff for the Isaac survivors. The music, which I guess I don't need these mods anymore either. This is what we're going to do today, Senator Armstrong in Greed mode. This is, I think, Adversary, but as a... And again, it's safe for work, but a, you know, booby character. Because that's the main thing you're really going to see. That's the way it was advertised. But it's like, it's at least safe for work. Same as this. This is a Madness Combat. I think it changes the Lamb into... I think Lamb and Isaac and Blue Baby are changed and stuff in Madness Combat. I have Bestia Feet Boss. So Bestia is a alternate version of the Beast that's basically Big Booba sort of character. That's the best way to describe it. You know, basically made the Beast into a beautiful woman. Okay. Now that being said, there are not safe for work versions of this. which include bigger boobs, jiggle physics, and nipples, which is not what it's on here because I'm at least trying to work with YouTube. You know, in regard to be according to like that's the thing. I try to avoid uploading things like nudity or anything like that. But at least this is safe for work. Biblically accurate angels. Bombaro is Wario. Dogma's a dog. Dark Esau is woman. Curse of the Blind, the question marks replaced with the words fuck you. Lazarus is a Madness Combat character. Make hentai sounds when I get hurt. The Haunt is King Boo. Little Plum, we did see this. We did see King Boo and this. The Little Plum being an anime character. Also, Madness Combat. In the Beast fight, I wasn't sure how it was going to work. But yeah, it worked perfectly. Madness Combat, Beast, and Bestia mod worked perfectly together. So I was able to fight Madness Combat Harbingers. And then I was able to fight Bestia. Also, the way that worked out, I went to Boss Rush. I had Box of Friends, and I had Blood Puppy. And Blood Puppy is pretty interesting because Pochita. Blood Puppy is Pochita. Chainsaw Man. So it's like a little chainsaw doggo. Rei Ayanami as the doll character. The doll pickup thing. We did not see that. I don't know what this does. Apparently it's something. I don't know what this is. I know there's a thing going on bombs, but I don't think that's what that is. It's the alt path. That's like a Nego character. Isaac survivors, like vampire survivors. This is a change of the mom's shadow and the alt path to be something from Madness Combat. This is Mega Satan, but as a Madness Combat thing. This is something I don't know if we're ever going to encounter. This Isaac's front. Another thing with Dark One. Spear launches from the Evangelion as the Spear of Destiny, or out of breath. Pizza Tower versus Scream. Lots of things are cats. The Tinted Skull that gives you the full card is a little more noticeable. But yeah, we did actually run into most of the stuff in the previous video. So, like I said, just kind of a shame that the video part 1 was instantly blocked. But I guess I should have expected that music that would be copyrighted to that extreme. So it's like, okay, fine. Like, I was expecting maybe a possibility. It's like, okay, you can't monetize a video ever in the future, but I don't ever plan to be monetized. But it was just like straight up, oh, video's blocked. It's like, can't even be posted. I'm like, okay. But in the same regard, I understand. They don't want stuff up there, that's fine. At least there's the beta option where it's like something that lets you delete the song but not the audio, like everything else that's not music. It's just, I just wanted to have music in there that wasn't the same Isaac music that we always listen to over and over and over again, to make it not so boring. It's not like I'm ripping entire episodes of the anime and just posting it. Heck, it's not even like I have good quality of the music, and I'm not ripping on the mod of the music or the creator of the mod. I'm saying it's a version of the song as rendered through a mod for a video game that's basically randomized Legend of Zelda with blood babies everywhere, with a random crazy guy yelling and screaming over it, with random video game noises. It's not like people are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to have that on a CD and listen to it. It's not like at any point that's going to be something that people would want to buy or, save as something to just casually listen to for the music's sake. It was just a nice bit of, it's really good music, and it's a nice thing just to have in the background to be like, okay, to make it not so the same music of this video game over and over. I have 1,000 hours just in the repentance of Isaac on the computer. And granted, there's sometimes I've had, it muted. It's just, I just wanted some different music. I just wanted different music. But again, I understand if they don't want those songs and they consider it a copyright violation, then fine, I understand. Let me know. Like I said, that video was just straight up blocked. But again, even if then it was like, hey, delete the video, or like, then okay, that's the thing, YouTube. Just let me know. I will work with you. As long as I know that you have a concern about something, I will try my best to cooperate with it. But you have to let me know what it is I need to change, if I'm going to change it. Because even though I don't ever plan to monetize this channel, ever, nor do I ever plan to have sponsors, or make any money, or take any donations at all, I do still want to try to improve the channel. I do want people to actually enjoy watching the video. So, yeah, I would actually like people to enjoy watching the video. I like making the videos. I would like people, like sometimes I do try to mess with audio settings to try to make it better. Because there's sometimes, like, I was trying to do, what is it? Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. And it was just like, when the first part I did of that, it's like the music sounded so quiet. I'm like, when the finished video is made, I don't think people are going to be able to hear the music at all. And then it was just so overpoweringly loud, you could barely hear me talking. And it's like, okay, and then of course somebody commented on that. I'm like, okay, thank you, I appreciate you letting me know. And yeah, I'm doing what I can to try to fix it. But, again, it's not like I have professional recording set up here. I'm a guy sitting in his bedroom with a laptop on a metal folding chair. Like, I'm sitting at a metal folding chair in front of my bed in my bedroom. And then my laptop is on a second metal folding chair, which is on top of my bed. And I'm playing with an Xbox controller, which I probably should buy a new one because the joystick keeps sticking, so it's technically kind of a little broken, but it's good enough to keep working. And of course, I could buy a new controller. I mean, I'm not broke, but it's just like, I'm like, I don't need to replace the controller just yet. And of course, it's just a headset for a game. I bought this from a Best Buy like half a year ago. It's got a microphone over here that's like on a little stick that's hooked to my earphone thing. It's not like any of this is professional level quality. This isn't some professional person. Like I said, it's not like I need to worry about like, oh yeah, I'm a brand, I need to sell this so my sponsors like things. No, I'm just some random guy, and I just want to talk. This is a way for me to express myself, and just, if people enjoy the video, that's awesome. If people, and heck, maybe people might enjoy the video of the previous thing, if I ever manage to get it uploaded, you guys actually get to see it or not. I don't know. But if you do, that's cool. But at the same time, I understand, no one's really going to enjoy my videos. I've understood that from the very first video I posted. It's not like I ever expect that people are like, yeah, I look forward to listening to Lunar D8 because he's interesting and exciting to listen to, and he's just calming, and he's just a cool person to watch videos of. No, it's not like I'm Markiplier or PewDiePie or Brett, from Tier Grace, because he plays Isaac and he's very enjoyable to watch. I watch basically every Isaac video he does, and I enjoy his videos a lot. It's very entertaining. Sometimes I'll eat like some pizza or something and just watch his video. It's awesome. He recently did a pizza tower thing, and I'm watching him play that. I'm like, I'm so glad I did not play that game, Brett, because I'm just watching him play, and I'm like, even though he's knocking himself on his skill for playing the game, saying he's terrible at it, I'm like, you're doing a million times better than I ever would have done. Because I'm like looking at the way it's going, and I'm like, I would have never beaten this game. Ever. Looking at the way he played it. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I would have. I'm so glad I didn't even try to play the game, because it would have been a disaster. But here's the thing. He's enjoyable to watch and listen to. and I enjoy watching his videos a lot. I have no delusions of thinking that I'm anywhere near that or ever will be. But of course, he puts professional work into it. He actually has editors and stuff that work on stuff, and he spends hours editing videos. I'm not some guy for who this is their career. You know, it's awesome that he does it, and heck, I'll tell you this. There's a soundbite that happens in Brett's videos for Tear to Disgrace, where he's doing the live streams, and granted, he had to edit a thing in YouTube for him to be able to do it, and there's a thing where, like, it's a thing from back with Twitch, to where, you know, since 100 bits is basically a buck, it's a play on the lyric from 10,000 Fists by Disturbed. It's like 10,000 bits in the air, and that's hilarious. Like, every time that happens, one, I enjoy his shocked expression at the people donating him money, as well as anytime I hear the 10,000 bits in the air, I'm like, I raise my hand up in the air, I'm like, yeah! And of course he's shocked at this, and of course, like, I shouldn't really be reacting to this. I'm just watching some guy play a video game, and I'm watching him be shocked and surprised at people donating him money. And he's like constantly telling people to be sensible with their money and not to donate. You know, because he's like... And he's very humble about it. He is very humble. But it's just, here's the thing. He deserves it. He works really hard in those videos. So of course he should make some money on it. Me, I don't put any work into these videos. I put me into it. This is just my thoughts and my feelings. That's it. In general, I don't like the idea of editing because I don't want to like delete parts of it and just like self-censor. Now, I understand there's sometimes videos where if I got too emotional, you know, I'm like, well, that's just like nobody wants to hear that. At the same time, part of me's like, okay, certain things I can express things. That way, if other people feel the same way I do, well, one, it makes me feel better to talk about it. Two, maybe other people feel the same way. And maybe they can identify with the way I think and feel. Though I have always said, if other people think or feel this way I do, you should see a doctor and a therapist. And again, that's one major point of my channel, is I want to encourage people that even if you're depressed, to be able to talk about your feelings and to do things to try to make life better. And I want to encourage people to find ways to express themselves, as long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting anyone else, to just find ways to express yourselves. You know, I want to, like I do terrible karaoke. I can't sing. My voice is epilepsy for your ears. I understand listening to my singing voice is perhaps painful and will induce bleeding out from your eardrums. I understand this, but I enjoy singing. Both because just singing is nice, but also because I enjoy music, and it's a way of expressing emotions. And even in songs where I'm basically like, I know some of the recent songs where I was doing the song, I did a couple videos where I was doing the song Lost by Linkin Park, and I was kind of a little bit crying because I was getting emotionally affected by the song itself. And the point is that, one, I at least want a recording of my singing voice. That way, if, you know, say when I do have that surgery, if I die or something, then at least, you know, there's records and recordings of me. That way, even if I am dead, people can still, you know, hear my voice. Even if it's, you know, just some random people on the internet, you know, leave some part, especially since I really do enjoy Let's Plays. I enjoy watching. You know, I remember watching Let's Plays back before, you know, Markiplier even existed. And of course, when Markiplier came to see, that was awesome because, you know, there are so many of his videos I've watched and I've laughed my ass off on. Heck, I feel like his Markiplier in Space video is like, it's got to be tied with Bullet Train and a couple other movies that I can't really remember offhand. I think Black Adam was really good too. You know, the one with Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, Bullet Train with Brad Pitt, that was an awesome movie. I tried to do a movie review on that. It was just a half hour of me randomly. Which again, that's kind of every video I do. But it's just Markiplier's in space. That was so good. I think that should be considered like one of the best movies of the entire year on professional level. And of course, he put so much work into it. He actually had, like, you read the credits. Like, I think Markiplier put more work into that than most major Hollywood blockbusters put into their movies. Like, he put so much effort into it. But even then, just the little things like the Markiplier Eats Talkies video, or little things like that, is just, I enjoy it. But of course, he puts a massive amount of effort in. And of course, he's a very charismatic person. But it's just like, I enjoy those videos. Whether it's the rage videos or just the calm, chill videos. And of course, there's quite a few VTubers I find interesting to watch as well. I watch just about every channel you can think of on the internet. Name a genre, I'd probably check it out. Like I said, dice of all alignments. Heck, and one thing I do want to try to encourage with is that everybody of, all races, genders, alignments of all kinds, I want everyone to be able to get along with each other. And I want that if people are depressed or have things that are emotionally bothering them, I want people to be able to open up and talk about their feelings. And one, I'll say this. I do my channel for very selfish reasons. The predominant reason I do any of it is because I spend most of my life not being able to talk to anyone. And I feel isolated and alone. And being able to just record a video with me rambling and talking, it makes me feel better. I do it for myself. I do it for selfish reasons. Granted, some people, do YouTube channels with the intention of, hey, I'm gonna strike it big and make money. I don't want to ever make a cent. Even if YouTube, for whatever reason, ever wanted to monetize me, and I honestly, I have no idea why YouTube would ever consider monetizing me. I am no way advertiser friendly. The whole point of this channel is that I don't have to filter what I say. One, I can talk about anything. I don't have to just keep it in my head. I can actually talk about things and open up about, all sorts of things that are bothering me. But hell, in general, in the, IRL world out there, one, even if somebody were to care, you'd be annoying and overwhelming them by rambling at them about stuff that's on your mind. And in general, even if it's about stuff that another person wanted to talk about that has nothing to do with you or about any of your thoughts or feelings, that is not any of the stuff you need to talk about, it is even stuff other people want to talk about, there are no people out there to talk to about those things. I do try to still be sociable and go out and do sociable things, but even then, one, there's no success with it, and two, even if you do, you can't talk about certain subjects. I mean, here's the thing, this channel, one, I can talk about random things. I can also ramble. I don't have to because I'm talking to people in real life, I have to, one, of course, as a Let's Player, I can just keep talking, because I'm the only person talking. But in real life, there's going to be lots of long pauses, lots of times where you're sitting there listening to the other person talking, and you keep the discussion to what's considered politically comfortable for a lot of people. You don't want to make people uncomfortable. I can't just start talking to somebody about, tentacle hentai, or anime stuff, or a video game, or how a really cool video game soundtrack from Brave Fencer Musashi's nice orchestral music, and how it changes as you save new musicians out of the Bencha fields because you're saving the all-you-can-eat kingdom from the Thirst Quencher Empire and everything. It's a pun on food, and it's awesome, and it's funny, but no one else wants to hear that. And I understand that. One, I understand my voice is not pleasant for other people to listen to, but I like my voice. I like my voice, but I understand no one else does. Same way, I actually like my face. I like who I am, but no one else does. I understand to most people I look horrifyingly ugly, and they vomit in their mouth at the sight of me. That's fine. I understand that. That's perfectly understandable. Though I would like it if, to actually from time to time someone would be like, I'll be honest, if I went out in public in a mall and people came up to me and said, "You look really cute or handsome," I'd be like, honestly, I would probably imagine it was like a hidden camera thing and there's probably some audience somewhere laughing at me. But I'm just saying, as a man, the idea of being called cute, I'm okay with as long as it's intended as a compliment. Because there are some people that would intend it as an insult, or they're trying to lead into saying other things. I'm just saying, it'd be nice to be called cute, right? Especially if it's by somebody you also find cute yourself. I don't know. I'll probably just end this video like this, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get to Senator Armstrong. I don't know. But like I said, the main point is this. I'll sing songs and I'll get a bit emotional with it, but the point is this. I want to encourage other people to sing too. No matter how bad your voice is, you can't sing as badly as me. I want other people to sing as well. In the same regard, no matter how cursed or cringy your thoughts or feelings are, I want you guys to open up and talk about your thoughts or feelings. Even if it's not on YouTube, even if it's, like I said, I wouldn't say to me, because I'm not qualified to be that person to listen to. Honestly, I don't think I would be of any help to any of you. And it's not like I really expect, because honestly it would be a bit fucking narcissistic to really expect that it would actually make any sort of positive difference, but it's like some sort of justification to myself to at least make me feel that there's some value in the videos I do, aside from maybe somebody might actually enjoy a few. There's a couple people that actually have found a couple videos funny, like the Perfect Apocalypse stuff, and that's awesome. I really do like that game, and I had fun playing it. I have fun playing most of these games, so there's some I get pissed at. Though I guess I'm still having fun with that. I'm still bothered to play the game, but of course, whether or not I keep playing the game or not depends on am I having fun with it or not. It's just, I like rambling at my computer. In general, I can't really talk to anyone out there about anything. Even just the banal stuff. Oh yeah, I'll at least try to talk a bit at work and stuff other places. But again, it's polite conversation. You're keeping everything shallow. And it's not just, on the one hand, you don't want to talk about something that's inappropriate or makes someone uncomfortable. It's also the fact that there's a lot of things that I want to talk about that, I don't feel emotionally comfortable opening up to people about, because it's very personal. Heck, there's still a lot of things I've never even said on any of these videos. And I've probably opened up more on this channel than I have to any person on the planet. It's just, there's nobody IRL that would want to listen to me or even want to care about any of the stuff I have to say, or about my thoughts or feelings on any of this stuff. And here's the thing. If I were to make a live stream right now, I can guarantee you, I wouldn't have a single person there to listen. Because, like I said, it's not like my channel has any people on it. I've had a couple people stumble by my channel on accident. Heck, if they even somehow have an interest in my channel and they see this video, at this point we're probably so far, what time are we on OBS? 40 minutes. It's just been 40 minutes of some guy sitting in the menu of The Binding of Isaac talking about just what a pathetic person he is, pretty much. That's basically what it amounts to. That this is the main person I have to talk to, because in general, you can't really open up about this stuff. I want to encourage other people to open up about stuff, but again, I also say it should be with somebody you trust. somebody that loves or cares about you. Like, I'm assuming that if you're listening to this, that maybe you have a family member or a friend or a wife or a girlfriend or a husband or a boyfriend or somebody that cares about you. And if not, then I really hope you find one day. But it's just, one, even if you did have somebody who cares about you, like, you can't really talk about certain things. Like, you have to be understanding about their thoughts and feelings. You don't want to overwhelm them. You don't want to annoy them. You don't want to take advantage of the fact that they're listening to you. Whereas here, I'm like, okay, more than likely nobody's ever even going to come across this video, let alone even want to listen to me just ramble on like this. But I at least know, hey, the video is recorded and it's posted. And even if it takes a couple years, somebody may come across it, even if I'm dead by then. And they'll be able to hear it. They'll be able to listen to it. They'll still be able to hear my voice. They'll still be able to hear what my thoughts and what my feelings are. And the other thing is that there's this whole stigma against men having, emotional expression. Of course, I'll say this. I definitely say there is a lot of importance to a man being stoic and having control over his emotions. If you can't control your emotions and you react to a bunch of things all the time, or you're crying about everything, that's not very emotionally strong. It makes you emotionally weak if you can't control your emotions. But again, it doesn't mean you don't have emotions. It just means that you understand. Take the movie The Odyssey. Here's a good way to explain it. I think it's 1995, second best movie ever made. Starred Armand Asante, and does an amazing job as Odysseus. And there's a time toward the end of the movie where he tells his son, there's a time for anger and violence, and there's a time for not. Granted, he words it much better. It's been a while since I watched the movie. But basically, there's a time and a place for anger. You have to understand, part of, being an adult, being wise, is understanding when is that time. I would just recommend watching the movie. It's a great movie. Heck, I might just save it in this playlist, just so you guys can watch it. It's an amazing movie, second best movie ever made. But it's just, there is a time and place to express your emotions. And the main point I'm saying is that the emotions I express, the things I talk about here, there is no place IRL that is appropriate for that. There's nobody who would want to listen. And even then, I think if I was talking to a person face to face, I just don't think I'd be able to open up about this stuff. It's just, like I said, I'm lonely, I'm isolated, I don't really have anyone to talk to, and even if I did, I wouldn't even really be able to open up to them very well. At least with this, I'm rambling at a computer screen, I'm able to just let it out. It's an easier way for me to communicate. It's not like I can't talk to people in the real world, but it's just that being this candid and open is a very self-conscious thing to do. At least by having the videos where I'm singing karaoke and I'm allowing myself to be emotional to the point where I am barely forcing myself not to cry, I'm at least making a point of, hey, I have emotions. I do have those emotions. I'm not some robot. I'm not, I'm a person. I have thoughts. I have feelings. Just because most of my life is work, and because a lot of my life is I don't have anyone to talk to, and I tend to be withdrawn a bit, but again, it's also a lot of times I learned earlier that there was a lot of times where IRL, you're just not supposed to talk to people. If you go talk to people, usually they wind up hating you or wanting to hurt you. And especially when it comes to sensitive things where even if I had a loving, caring person in my life right now to talk to, I would find it difficult to talk. And of course, I wouldn't want to overwhelm them or anything. And heck, I'll say this. I was married at one point. I've had girlfriends. I've had depression my entire life. I have never told any of them. I never told a single girlfriend about having depression. I never talked to them about, stuff like being bullied in school, or a lot of stuff that happened with that, or lots of other things that happened that were bad. I didn't tell them because I didn't want them to know about that stuff. Plus, I didn't want to make it their problem. While it was something emotionally, a huge issue for me, at that point, it's not something I want to be a part of the relationship. So any girlfriend I ever had, I didn't talk to them about, those things, because it's just not something I'd be comfortable with. Plus, it's not something I really wanted them to know. It'd be weird to have part of the relationship to know, okay, here's random stories about people beating me, and here's depression and thoughts of suicide. That's not something you tell people. Like, any girlfriend I ever had, I never told them about being depressed. I never told them about suicidal thoughts. I never talked to them about any of that stuff. Because I didn't want to put those kinds of emotional burdens on those people. But the main thing is, I want to at least express to people out there in random internet land that, I do have thoughts and feelings and emotions. I do cry. And the main point I want to try to get across to people on that is really, one, it makes me feel better to express that feeling. Like I said, I'm doing it for selfish reasons. I'm doing it to express that feeling. And at least to know that it's out there, that if something does happen to me, then at least I know there's that record, that I have those thoughts, that I have those feelings, that I'm not just some emotionless robot. That there are things that are really upsetting me. There are things that make me angry. There are things that make me very, very sad. There are things that scare me, that worry me, that bother me. And one, I want it to be understood that I have emotions, I have feelings. And two, I want for other people out there that feel the same way I do to just know that they're not alone. To know that they're not the only people that have the thoughts and feelings that I do. And I guess I would also know that I'm not the only one either. But the main thing I'm trying to say to people is that there's nothing wrong with you having emotions or thoughts or feelings. And it's important to find a way to express those thoughts and feelings, to be able to talk about things. Now, granted, I imagine anyone listening to this has probably got some sort of better or healthier way of expressing themselves. But like I said, it's not like I ever planned to make money off this channel. I just need to talk. And a lot of people would criticize it, saying, but what's it actually accomplishing? You're not doing anything. You're just playing a video game. You're just talking. You're just expressing an emotion. And while I would say, yeah, I agree. It's important to find ways to constructively try to fix if something is bothering you to make it better. But I think it's very important to just, one, it makes me feel better to express my feelings. Two, it doesn't matter how much. Like, at one point I tried going to the gym like 6 hours a day. obviously way too much, burned myself out, and I just kept making myself weaker and weaker. So, obviously moderation is the key. But the main thing is this. Even if you were to just work on things and do stuff by yourself, yes, you're going to make improvements on things, but you're still not having any interaction with other people in any way. At least, because like I said, when I watch videos of the Let's Players, like I remember back when YouTube first started, and it was channels like Ultra J-Man, and Cloud8745, and Proton John SA. It felt like you were vicariously just sort of hanging out with them as friends. Granted, that's an odd, silly thing to say, but it's just, I think on some degree that's what everyone likes about Let's Plays. Even if they're not wanting to admit it, that's, I mean, anybody watching a Markiplier video, even if you don't want to admit it, you feel like you're hanging out with Markiplier as a friend. But again, that's partly because he's very charismatic. You know, you feel like you actually, and like I said, it's just, he's able to make millions upon millions upon millions of people feel that way. And of course, it's important to talk to and hang out with people in the real world, but one, a lot of times schedules are very conflicting, especially if you're working a lot. But more importantly than that is, there are a lot of people you would talk to either live far away or, I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't feel what most people would consider a healthier option to even be an option. So, this playlist isn't even supposed to be about this shit. It's supposed to just be like, hey, look, Binding of Isaac, you know, new silly little mods. Like I said, the last video was me yelling and screaming at Pochita and Box of Friends and Boss Rush and Madness combat enemies, and the Beast was a beautiful woman with big titties shooting the Kamehamehas, and you know, the Fruity Plum was an anime character. Just me freaking out at random shit happening in the game and yelling loudly, probably hurting people's ears. But like I said, you guys may never hear that at all, just because, you know, I used a music selection from the Steam Workshop that apparently is considered copyright. So I'll possibly get that uploaded, but that, again, I'll have to try to get it in the condition that YouTube and the company that owns, I think, all the music in the world that isn't owned by Disney, since apparently I think they own everything, apparently, because they want to claim everything. It's like, which, I mean, it's, again, because by that I mean, like, there was like 20 plus things on the first Steamwood Forest video. I'm like, holy crap. But I should have expected it, given, it's just, I figured since it was an Isaac mod, that it'd be okay. You know, it's part of a video game. But, apparently that's not how that works. I don't know, like I said, a normal person would have found some sort of coherent way to, like, a person would have wrote a script. They would have wrote some sort of short little concise script to say their point in a way that was palpable and sounded nice and was flowery and shit. and was like be like 30 seconds long. Instead, this is just me rambling, and that's the point. You know, a person who's a professional YouTuber, they're doing something because they want to make sure that it's exciting and entertaining. It doesn't have any dead time. Even the people doing live podcasts feel like they have to keep talking non-stop just to. Whereas here's the thing: some of the games I've been playing recently, whether it was Spellbook Demon Slayers, Vampire Survivors, or Rogue Inicia or Bone Razor Minions, those style of games, I just feel like I just sort of zone out and be quiet when I play the game. And it's just, I'm enjoying the game. It just doesn't make me want to talk. And of course, Isaac, let's be clear, I scream so many cuss words at this game. Like, on the one hand, I want to try to minimize any amount of, and it's not like I have to worry about, oh, I have to follow some YouTube guideline to not cuss so that my video gets monetized or some shit. I don't care about that. I just, in general, on the one hand, I would kind of prefer to not cuss as much. Then again, I will say this: it's nice to cuss in a video game, because a lot of times in real life, you can't really have a way to express that anger and frustration, especially if it's in regard to real life things that are very serious and that you have no control over. So there's nothing you can do about it, and it's something extremely serious, and it's something that's really, really, really a big deal, and you have every right to be extremely pissed about. But there's not shit you can do about it. And on top of that, it's especially if you're dealing with certain things, you can't just be outside screaming and cussing. But yeah. But at least with a video game, I'm just yelling at a video game. It's I feel like Grand Theft Auto and Mortal Kombat make the world a more peaceful place. Because violent video games don't make people violent. It's an outlet. It's a peaceful, non-violent outlet for frustration and anger, where I can yell and scream at this video game, as well as I can do, here's the thing. I can yell and scream at a video game. I'm not upset at the video game, but it's a nice medium in which to express that anger that I have from other things. Also in the same regard, like playing Grand Theft Auto. Just because you do stuff in Grand Theft Auto doesn't mean you're going to do it in real life. It's just a way to just sort of turn your brain off and just hop into a game and just play. And you're doing silly shit. You're stuff you would never do in real life. You're not going to drive a car, through a skyscraper or some shit. Obviously that requires a lot of mods in GTA and all that, but still, you're... It's kind of like saying, I'm planning to watch John Wick 4 in about a week when it comes out. It's an awesome movie. I couldn't imagine ever wanting to actually harm anyone, but it's kind of like enjoying the, Batman movies. That's awesome too, but I know that I can't, do any of the stuff Batman can do. But it's enjoyable. I think the movies are awesome. And it's nice just to go and watch a movie and enjoy it. But, again, if a person's gonna hurt somebody in real life, then obviously there's something else going on that, it's that person. The movies and video games had nothing to do with it. If anything, I feel movies and video games made the world a safer place. I feel that if you were to suddenly eliminate all electronics right this moment, the amount of violence in the world would skyrocket. Whereas I feel a lot of people, not that they would necessarily be violent, but just be able to sit and play Call of Duty as a way to just calm your nerves. Some people go smoke a cigarette. I play a video game as Italian, stabbing orcs, like it's Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed game's pretty good too. I have to say, Assassin's Creed Rogue and Black Flag, as well as Assassin's Creed 2 are probably the best. Granted, the original Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed Unity are pretty good too. But Yeah. But yeah, I want to encourage people to talk about their thoughts and feelings. Because here's the thing. I just want to have a recording talking about stuff, just to be able to know it's there. Because even if no one wants to listen to me right now, maybe one day somebody might want to. Eventually. And people say, well, just talk about more interesting things. Things people want to talk about. And the thing is, that's not the point of the channel. The channel isn't like, oh, look at me, I'm some interesting person who's going to talk about all the just normal talking points that everybody wants to hear while playing Minecraft. Because everything's safe and PG-13. No, I have enough of that in my daily fucking life. I have enough of that every waking fucking moment of this fucking world. Where I can't talk about anything. Where I can't express any emotions or feelings or just be myself. The whole point of this channel is I can talk without a filter about anything I want to talk about and just be myself and do whatever I want. If I want to do a video where I play a random video game about stuff and just go off and do a random different tangent or sing terrible karaoke or read a random book. Like there's some videos where I just sit and read a Warhammer book. Yes, I understand that's probably not interesting to anyone. I understand I am the most cringiest person on the internet. I understand I am annoying. I understand my videos are boring. That's who I am. I understand that not only am I boring and annoying, but while doing that, I'm also talking about stuff that probably makes people uncomfortable. Stuff that people probably don't have any respect for me for having. Like when I talk about the things that make me upset, or sad, or scared, or I cry, or I express those emotions. I understand a lot of people probably look down on me for that and be like, yeah, that's just how pathetic or, fucked up Lunar is. Like, I'm not trying to get your approval. Granted, it would still be nice to have people comment nice things on a video. That would be awesome. And it would be nice to see upvotes on videos. That'd be cool too. Then again, I'm kind of used to most videos staying around 0 views or double-digit views. Like, there were 17 views on this. All of them were a bot of something that was just trying to sell you something. It's fine. I understand. I understand my videos are not interesting to people. That's not the point. I'm not trying to make myself marketable. I'm not trying to sound like something that tastes good in your mouth. I'm not trying to be like some sort of fancy brand like, yes, it's Lunar D8. He's the completely politically correct individual who is perfect for marketing this men's lines of shaving razors, body wash stuff. No. I'm just some guy who wants to ramble at his computer. The whole point is I can talk about these things. These are things that are important to me. I just want to be able to talk. To be able to express my thoughts and feelings. I understand that to most people that everything I think and feel is just seen as dumb. I understand there's no reason why anybody would be interested or even care. And honestly, I understand that I don't deserve for anyone to actually care. But that's not the point. I'm not trying to make it to where I make videos like it. Again, if I make a video like a Perfect Apocalypse, I want people to find that stuff funny. I try to make jokes. I try to make it interesting as a video. I do like Let's Plays, and I want to make a Let's Play videos that other people do like. But in general, the main purpose of making a video is that for me to be able to just talk, that I don't have to worry about, ordering everything I say, or having to worry about making it to where it sounds nice, and where people are like, yes, that's really pleasing, and he's saying everything I want to hear. No! I am the most offensive person on the internet. I am the cringiest person on the internet. I am the most cursed person on the internet in terms of the content I make. Like, it is the shit that you watch some of these videos, like, there's some things where I do it because I find certain combinations of sounds It'd be kind of funny. But I understand other people out there might find it unnerving, if not a bit scary. That's fine. I apologize if it makes you feel a little scared. That wasn't the intention. I'm just expressing a thought or a feeling. But the main point is this. I'm not trying to be something that some major company like Doritos is going to like try to sponsor me. Like, yes, like Lunar D8. It's like his sponsor. Like, whatever. Like, no. Even if somebody wanted to. No, I don't know why the fuck they would. It's just... Like, I honestly said, I don't know why anybody would ever want to sponsor me. I don't know why YouTube would ever possibly ever want to monetize me. Like I said, it was still a little odd that I got the freaking copyright strike out of the blue. I was like, I appealed it, because it's about a Punchline video. It's a PS4 game. It's actually a very pervy game at that too. Like, it's a game it's extremely pervy to the point that even Master Roshi be like, holy shit, that's some hardcore shit. And of course it's safe for YouTube. It's just, even by my standards, it's cringy as fuck, the game. And I only played one part. And I don't even think it's even gotten any views. And somehow it got a copyright strike, even though I don't think anyone ever actually watched the video. Though it did say manually watched. So that's cool, though I did say in the video, like, I would like more people to manually watch it. But, and I'm like, hey, if you don't want the video up there, that's fine. I'm okay with you deleting it. But if you had just given me a notification and let me know that you didn't want this video up there, then I would have deleted it myself. Because like I said, at one point I did a video where I was doing unrehearsed keyboard pasta, and, you know, I got a request to delete the video saying, hey, please delete the video, or in 7 days we'll give you a copyright strike. And I'm like, okay, fine. It's like, on the one hand, I disliked that it got, you know, had a copyright issue and they wanted to take it down. But again, I understood. And even then, a lot of times I'm playing music and stuff because I think it fits a certain feeling or emotion that's either prevalent to, you know, the video or to just how I feel. But again, that's perfectly fine. Copyrights, I understand that. I think the main thing that irritates me is that I can't just instantly mute the songs out of the damn video. And of course, it's my fault for having the Madoka Magica, you know, mod on that's music. But again, the music sounded really good, and of course, it's part of the game. And like, okay, I just didn't want to listen to this because seriously, we're just hearing the whole time, just the same couple notes over and over. Granted, Edmund, I'm not knocking you. The music for the game, especially for the type of game it's awesome. You did a good job. I've just played 1,000 hours of Repentance over the past 2 years on this computer. I want to listen to different music. I'm tired of listening to the same songs over and over and over and over and over again. Again, not your fault. I'm not blaming you, Edmund, for the copyright. I'm just saying I wanted to listen to different music. And then I would upload the video. And even then, I don't care about... And it's not like, oh, I need views for, like... It's just like... It's like, I made the video. Granted, it's not like it's any effort to it. It's just me rambling. And even then, it's just... It's just... And this is just me rambling to this, too. But it's just saying, it's just like, I just want to talk. And I understand, like, there's no reason, like... But it's just, let's be clear. I am not someone who is likable. I mean, I made that clear in my freaking description of my channel when I first made it. You know, I'm a monster. You know. After all, I am bi, and a lot of people have a problem with that in the real world. But I can be open about that here. Without concerns that, you know, people will try to, like, punch you or anything. But, I don't know. It's just, I understand. I am the most offensive person on the internet. I'm a horrible person. I say really rude things. I yell at video games. I yell like when like Isaac. Isaac in particular, for some reason, I don't know what the fuck it is about this game. Evan, what the fuck did you do in this game? Granted, don't get me wrong, there's other rage games. That's basically what this is. Like Super Meat Boy, which also you made. You made that one too. In the same regard, there's stuff like Splasher, or Thumper, or Jubilee. The video, like, and again, those are probably some of the videos I had the most fun playing. Jubilee was a really hard platformer. Thumper is like a rhythm reflex-based Eldritch horror game. And Splasher is a platformer for fucking hell. But it's really well done. It's got some cool stuff to it. It really does get you thinking about things when you play it. But it's just... those games, it was just a non-stop shitfest of me yelling and screaming and cussing. That's it. The whole video was just me yelling at the top of my lungs. And of course, the same's true of the video that you may or may not ever get to hear. You know, Steamwood Forest Part 1. Where, you know, like I said, I went and fought Madness Combat Harbingers of the Apocalypse. And I fought Bestia instead of the Beast. So I fought the Beast with giant titties and Kamehamehas. And like I said, I like me some jiggle physics. But honestly, like I said, there was another mod that would have gave me more jiggle physics, bigger boobies, and nipples. But of course, I can't do that because that counts as nudity. And I'm at least trying to obey the YouTube rules. That being said, I'll say this. I don't think boobs should count as nudity. As far as I'm concerned, if everybody on the planet wanted to go outside and walk without any sort of top on, I'm okay with that. I don't consider boobs nudity. I don't consider nipples nudity. But there are some times I've legitimately completely forgot that it even exists like that either. And by that I mean, there's times I've forgotten that anybody in the world considers nipples nudity. Because there's times like I've, you know, posted a hentai picture on, of course, other sites, not YouTube. And they're nipples, and then it's like, oh yeah, we flagged this as, you know, inappropriate because of nudity. I'm looking at it like, what nudity? And I'm like, oh right, titties. Titties count. And I'm like, it just slipped my mind, like, oh, like I forgot that boobs count as nudity. But here's the thing, I don't think boobs should count as nudity. Like, one, I don't think it's, you know, it's not like it's a dick. Like, there's no cock, there's no vagina, so it's not nudity. As far as I'm concerned, nudity is just penis, balls, and vagina. Nothing. As long as you don't have that in the picture, not nudity. But apparently that's not how the actual rules of the internet work. Or society. That's fine. Okay, I can't... I got that little ding over there, like, on my phone, and I was ignoring it, and I'm like... I'm just really curious as to what the fuck it is. Huh. A VTuber is playing Diablo 4. I want to check that out. That looks like it'd be really cool. Is Diablo 4 even available on the computer, or is that a console thing? Like, I kind of would want to play Diablo 4 myself. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like the videos where I'm singing and I get a bit emotional. The main thing is this. One, I want to stress to people, I have emotions. I have feelings. One, it makes me feel better to express them. But then, of course, I don't need to record it. And of course, there's many times where, one, I'm just singing and doing stuff and not recording at all. And of course, there are sometimes I record stuff and I decide I'm too emotional and I just delete the video and don't even upload it because I'm like, yeah, I got too emotional. But in the regard, as long as I don't get too emotional, I at least want to express a little bit of emotion. Because one, I want people to understand that I do have emotions, I do have feelings, that this stuff is stuff that matters to me. Two is I want to encourage other people to also open up and also talk about things, even if it's not a recording, even if you're not recording stuff yourself. Just sing karaoke in your room or in your car to yourself. Like next time you're driving down the road, like obviously still pay attention to what you're doing on the road. I don't want you guys to get in a car accident. But like if you're driving down the road and a song comes on, and it's a song you've heard a few times before, and it does have an emotional effect, like just try to sing along with it. Maybe sometimes when you're home, like look up on your PS4 of your YouTube songs with lyrics to songs you like whether it's Korn, System Down, Disturbed, Rammstein, though of course Rammstein, because I don't speak German, so that's been kind of an awkward thing there. But I'm just saying, whether it's on your television with your PS4, on your computer, or on your phone, look up videos on YouTube with lyrics to videos, to the songs, and try to sing along. Like take Fozzy, I Still Burn, Chris Jericho. Just sing along to it. I'm not even saying for you to upload it. Though if you do, put the links in the comments below so I can watch it. I want to hear you sing. Can't be as bad as me. Okay? I want to hear you sing. But yeah, it's just, even if it's not even a thing you have to post. I want you guys to just take your phone out, pull up some rock song you like take Seether or Shinedown or Stone Sour. Pull up the song, like Stone Sour, Through the Glass. I want you guys to do that. When you get done watching this video, which could be right now, because honestly, hell, the fact that you've stayed here this long in this video, you must have the patience of a fucking saint. To listen to my rambling this long, when I still haven't made any kind of fucking coherent point. But when you're done watching this video, go on your phone, type in Stone Sour, Looking Through the Glass lyrics. Listen to it once. Even if you have heard the song before, just listen to it once. Just sit there quietly listening to it, looking at the lyrics on the screen. And then on the second time through, I want you to not only set that video to loop, but I want you to sing along with it. And with every loop, I want you to get more and more into it, to the point that by the time you're done singing it, 3 hours have gone by, 3 cans of Barks Root beer, and your voice is fucking hoarse, and your fucking face is wet with tears. Obviously, maybe that's a little excessive, maybe I'm asking too much there. I'm just saying this. I want you guys to sing karaoke. I'm not asking you to post it if you don't want to. That's not the point. The point is just to express yourself. Even if there's nobody that hears you at all. Even if there's no YouTube video that you're posting. Even if it's not on anything. I want you to sing. I want you... Ow, that fucking hurt. How the fuck do I hurt myself doing the most basic act? I'm just like... when I start talking, I'm apparently getting too fucking into what I'm saying. I move my arms around, and then I hit my wrist into my knee, and I hurt both of them. My knees and my back hurt all the fucking time, and I wind up smacking the bone of my wrist into the bone of my knee, and that fucking hurt. The fucking hell. And that's the other thing with Isaac. Like I said, in general, I try to be calm with the video games that I play. I try to avoid cussing in the games that I play. I try. Edmund, the game that you have made, this and Super Meat Boy, definitely invoke rage. They invoke anger. They invoke cussing and screaming and yelling and shocked little girl yelling noises. Even I'm like, yeah, totally manly scream. But in the Steamwood Part 1 video, there's so many times where an enemy startled the fucking shit out of me, and honestly, I screamed like a fucking little girl. My voice was high-pitched and weird noises came out. But yeah, Edmund, that's what you fucking made. You made a game that makes me make weird, suggestive noises. I also yell cuss words. And there are times where I'll go to full fucking yell volume, pretty much. Edmund's like, you're just giving me compliments, Lunar. Like, I'm okay with that. If you take it as a compliment, that's awesome. It's not meant as an insult. It's meant as a random guy yelling at his computer. I don't have any fucking ill will at you, Edmund. I played your fucking Isaac game for 1,000 hours just on this laptop. And of course, I played it back in the past as old fucking, Wrath of the Lamb on a different laptop. Back that was an Intel 3. And heck, I have Afterbirth Plus on my PS4. I probably spent a few hundred hours on that. And of course, I hadn't played that since about a year before Repentance came out. So I went about a year without playing the game. Heck, I even played a little bit of Rebirth on a 3DS version at one point. But that was before the PS4 version. That, back when Rebirth was as far as it went. Here's the thing. This laptop I've been playing on for about 2.5 years now. I have been playing Repentance, Binding of Isaac Repentance, for about 2 years. I have put 1,000 hours into your game, Edmund. Hell, there's a time I did Infinite Basements, and I went to floor 9,000! I went to floor 9,000! That took 2 months! That took so many fucking hours of me just listening to podcasts and Korn soundtracks and stuff in the background while I just do the same thing over and over. There are times I was sitting watching, like, I'd be here playing that and just moving the joystick over and over to get through a different floor while I have Tear of Disgrace on my PS4, listening to his Let's Plays, watching VODs that were recorded from his Twitch channel, posted on YouTube, and I'm watching those and laughing and enjoying him playing Isaac doing broken-ass builds while I'm grinding trying to get through up to, floor 9,000 plus. 9 fucking letter M's! Edmund. I took a couple months just to do a stupid little challenge that had no point other than it was just a thing I wanted to do. Because, hell, I grinded in one video to 9,000 plus deaths in a single level of Crash Bandicoot 4, called the video I Am Indefatigable. Because it was fucking tireless bullshit. Because you can't fucking save in the middle. Because who the fuck would do that? Why would you ever want to save in the middle of a fucking level how many deaths you have? I think it took me like 36 hours non-stop to get that many deaths in one level of Crash Bandicoot. 9,000 plus deaths in a single level of Crash Bandicoot. There is no reason for that. It's not like there's an unlock or an achievement for it. It's, heck, if there was even an achievement that was 0 gamer score points on an Xbox, that would make more sense than what I fucking did. I just did it because I was like, hey, how about I do this? And I fucking did it. Some people express themselves by just bottling shit up and not talking about stuff and just letting it eat at them inside. And some people grind 9,000 plus deaths in a fucking single stage of Crash Bandicoot 4. Some people spend a couple months getting to floor 9,000 in the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Stuff that has absolutely no point. There is no payoff for. There is no achievement. There is no unlock. There is no you unlock this item or it's some cool little extra mini event that Edmund hidden sneakily. No, it was just some fucking obsessive fucking idea I wanted to do in a game, and I put in the time to do it. And it's not like, oh yeah, you put in this many hours to learn how to play Freebird on a guitar. It was more like, you put this many hours in to just get this many letter M's on your game. That's it. But it was a thing I wanted to do. It was a thing that I was set on doing, and I did it. And people say, well, is that a bit of waste time? No, because here's the thing. Every second I spent doing both the grinding the deaths and Crash Bandicoot, as well as doing the 9,000 plus in that, it was worth it to me, because I was able to accomplish that goal. That goal may seem meaningless and a trifle to everyone else and have no value to anyone else. But to me, that goal had value. It may have been a completely meaningless goal to anyone else. But to me, it was a goal I set and I accomplished it. I set that goal and I reached that goal. There was no point to that goal other than the fact that it was just something I wanted to do and I succeeded. And, of course, every second I spent doing it, I was multitasking. I was listening to music and I was enjoying that music. So I enjoyed my time. I was listening to Let's Plays. You know, that's the same thing. People can say, oh, you're watching a Let's Play, you're not accomplishing anything. I'm enjoying the video. Same way watching a movie, I'm enjoying it. So no matter what, you watch a Let's Play, I'm still sitting there watching Let's Play anyway. It's just the only difference is, I'm doing more than one thing at a time. And I'm enjoying all of it. Because I'm enjoying the Let's Play and just the silliness that I'm watching another dude, some guy on the other side of the planet in jolly old England, yelling and screaming at a video game when I'm playing the exact same video game as him, but I'm just going down infinitely into the basements of, infinite basements, thousands of thousands and thousands of floors deep. It's just, and of course he'd be doing stuff with the broken builds. It's hilarious. It's funny. I enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy Let's Plays. I enjoy the Let's Play community. So I just want to be a part of it. I want to make Let's Plays too. Like I said, I've never had any kind of stupid little delusion like I'm going to have some sort of professional Let's Play that's going to be awesome and people are going to love shit. No, because at the end of the day is this. I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm just being me. I can just be myself. Because I can't really be myself anywhere else. I have spent more time talking in just this video alone than probably I have talked total outside of YouTube. Not counting YouTube. Not counting the times I've spent talking on YouTube or the internet over the past year. But I would say just in this video alone, I have probably talked more in this video than I have for the past year in the real world. I have probably used more out loud verbal words in this video. In this one video. I have probably talked more in this one video than I have to any other people over the course of this past year. Hell, with the exception of family members, I don't even remember what a hug feels like. So of course I have family members. I will give them hugs. But if I don't count people that are related to me by blood, if I do not count people that are related to me by blood, I don't even remember the last time a person gave me a hug or a compliment. I can't even remember the last time anyone even said I was attractive. Though looking back, I'm pretty sure any time anyone has in the past, it was a lie. But it still made me feel good, so it doesn't matter that it was a lie, because it still felt nice to hear. But yeah, in this video, this singular video, I have talked more in this video than I have to any actual person in the real world over the past year. And I don't mean, oh, I've talked to more like to a person, like a close one-on-one, like I'm comparing this to a single conversation. No, I'm saying from this day to exactly 1 full year ago, that if you took every word I said to every living, breathing human being that I ever spoke to over the course of that entire year. All conversations. If you add up the words to all conversations I had with all people, and you add them together, if you take every time I talked to any human being, and keep in mind I do go out in public. I go to places like malls and bars and clubs and stuff like that, and I try to be sociable and talk to people. And I try to talk about stuff that they are comfortable with. I try to be sociable. So I'm actually putting in effort to do that. I'm actually trying to interact with people. And of course, I do try to make the other people enjoy the conversation to the best of my ability. But that's because during that, I am trying to be sociable. I'm trying to have a social interaction in which the other person actually wants to continue having social interactions with me. This, I'm not putting any sort of expectation on it. I understand everything I say is essentially just going to drive everyone away from the video. It's going to annoy people. It's going to be boring as shit. It's probably going to be just irritating. And anyone listening to this is probably going to hate me and think I'm pathetic and a loser and worthless and that I'm just some pathetic just loser. That's what anybody listening to me talking right now is going to think of me, listening to me talk about this stuff, that I'm just some pathetic loser. And again, that's fine. That's fine. It's your opinion. And honestly, you're probably right. But that's not the point. The point is, I can talk without a filter here. I can talk about anything and whatever, and I can just express myself. I can talk about the thoughts and feelings that are constantly bottled up inside. And here's the thing, and people say, well, why record that for a video? One, because I at least want a record that I do have these feelings, especially, like, I have to have a surgery at some point, okay? If I don't have the surgery, I'm going to die. And of course, there's always shit that can happen. I mean, life isn't, granted, this is the most peaceful time in history, but of course, shit could always happen. There could be a car accident. Some person could just be an asshole about some shit. You never know in this world. And of course, like I said, I'm going to have surgery. They're going to have me sedated for like 3 to 4 fucking hours for that. Heck, I had a little bit of a scare about a couple weeks back where I was having to go to the doctor for certain things because certain other organs inside my abdominal cavity were like not wanting to fucking function. So, fuck you intestines, fuck you kidney, fuck you livers. Well, liver. I believe I only have one. But I can't apparently talk like worth fucking shit. And of course, even though I have chest pains quite a bit, apparently my heart is fine. It's just stress. Also, I'm apparently supposed to sleep more and drink more water. That was like fine. Though, of course, so I had the issue with my intestines wanting to shut down. Then, of course, kidneys didn't like things. And, of course, heck, last July I had kidney stone. And, of course, about a month and a half ago, I had an issue where my bladder kind of did temporarily stop. So it was kind of a concern about if I was going to have to be cut open for that or not. Because with the way the stricture is with my bladder, they would not be able to cath me in that situation. Because they wouldn't be able. Which is funny. I can have other fluids come out my dick and it'd be perfectly fine. But it hurts to pee. It's hurt to pee for years. And of course, like I said, apparently it's just my DNA fucking hates me. Because the whole point, like the whole stricture with the bladder thing is considered a very rare thing. And it's like, what causes this? Genetics. So it's either genetics or some injury that happened back when you were a toddler. So have fun with that. Fuck you, genetics. It's like, great. DNA. Fuck you. It's like, or it could just be, again, other things acting up, a little bit of hernias here and there. I'm ignoring them. I still work a physical manual labor job and ignore the fucking shit. Everything fucking hurts. But it's just like, well, I've been in multiple car accidents. I've had a spinal tap. I've had meningitis and encephalitis of the brain. And of course, that's just, I've been exposed to lots of chemicals at different jobs. But mainly it's just an issue of, okay, are spinal taps an effect on things? Are multiple car accidents? Because I still think it was funny, one car accident, I was like looking at the airbag covered in red stuff. And I'm like, what kind of fucking dumbass designs a fucking airbag to have some sort of design with red all over it? And then I realized that's not a design. It's a white airbag. All this red is my blood. It's like, oh, right. But to be fair, I had just suffered major head trauma at that point. So, I think it could be forgiven. I can still feel where I got like a dozen staples across the left side of my skull. But at least it wasn't that serious, and the hair covers that up. So, but it's just fuck. And it's like I'm not even staying on topic because it's like it takes effort to just. Because if you're talking in real life, you can't really just go off like this and talk. Because one, even if somebody were to care, this is way too much information to be dumping on somebody. Plus, it'd be very inconsiderate to another person. I mean, if you're talking to somebody else, you're supposed to let them have a chance to talk. Hell, that's the best way to describe me as a person when it comes to conversations. I'm usually the person listening to other people. Like, I'd be the person having conversations, and I'd be letting the other person talk a lot. And it's just like, I just feel the need that I need to talk. It's just, I understand nothing I say is going to really be productive. Nothing's really going to accomplish anything. But it's just, it makes me feel better. And it's just the fact that I don't have anyone else to talk to about this stuff. And two, even if I did, like I said, you can't talk to people about this sort of stuff. I mean, and I understand that's kind of hypocritical. When I'm trying to encourage other people to open up and talk about their feelings, when I'm only really able to do it on YouTube videos that no one even listens to. Heck, no one even knows this channel exists. That's another thing that's not weird about getting a copyright strike. How the fuck do I get a copyright strike when there's nobody even knows I exist? Like, in general, I'm a complete unknown. I'm a complete nobody. Nobody even knows I exist. I'm invisible. No one knows that I'm here. No one cares. No one's listening. And yet I get a copyright strike. I'm like, you could have at least thumbs up the video if you're going to strike it. Fuck. And don't get me wrong, there's a couple people that stop by from time to time, and I think it's awesome. Especially when they do, like, granted, sometimes they'll leave constructive criticism about how to improve the video. And that's cool. Like, one person mentioned thumbnails, but again, I don't really understand how to do any of that, and of course I'm not going to mess with that. But, and again, I understand, I do want to improve the quality of the videos. But again, I'm not wanting to do a bunch of editing. I'm not trying to make something that's professional level. The main point of this, a lot of times I'm just like, I'll get off work and I just start recording a video. It's not that I'm trying to make some professional level, movie or something that's like people are going to be like, yeah, it's a laugh every second, and it's edited where there's no downtime. No, it's just, I just hit record and I just start letting out everything that's bottled in. And sometimes it's just me playing a video game and I'm just reacting to the game. But it's just that I feel like between work and everything in life, I'm expected to be a robot. I'm not supposed to react to things. I'm not supposed to yell or get angry or cuss or cry. And here's the thing. You might say, why record it then? Because it just feels sad and fucking pathetic to be doing that entirely by myself. And again, that's also hypocritical because I just told you guys that even if you don't post it, I just want you to sing and express yourselves. So again, I don't understand what the fuck I'm even trying to say. Not that I'm saying in an incoherent or concise way, because I've just been rambling for who knows how fucking long. Let's pull up OBS. Probably an hour and a half. Yep, hour 40 minutes. And again, like, if anyone's listening to this, how? How are you here? It's awesome that you're here. I appreciate that you're here. But how have you put up with listening to me this long? I mean, you can't be enjoying this. I'm glad you're here. I'm thankful you're here. If I could, I'd give you a hug. But again, that's selfish on my part. It's not like I'm giving you a hug to make you feel better. I'm giving you a hug because I want a hug. Like I said, if I don't count blood relatives, if I do not count blood relatives, I don't even remember what a hug feels like. I'm not even entirely sure I remember what compliments feel like. But I'm sure I've gotten a few here and there that somewhat kind of count, but they're not meant as anything personal. At most, maybe a coordinator of a job saying, "Hey, you did a good job." It's like, "Oh, you worked really hard at this." Again, I appreciate that, but that's not anything remotely personal. And of course, I wouldn't want anything personal at work. That's not the point, though. The point is, I don't really have those interactions much anymore. And like I said, there's blood relatives that I do interact with. I do have family. Granted, all my friends have moved and they do stuff, and they're busy, and I can't blame them. They're busy with stuff. And I'm glad that they're doing well with their stuff. It's just, I would like to hang out with them sometimes, but I don't think they'd ever want to anymore. It's like everybody just outgrew me. And that's fine. I'm happy for them. I just would like it if they talked to me more, or at all. And like I said, if I do not count blood relatives, I don't even remember what a hug feels like anymore. The main point is this: I feel isolated. If I just talk about these feelings and stuff by myself, then it's by myself. It's closed off. But at least if I post it, one, I at least know that because like I said, eventually I have to have that surgery, or I will die. My bladder will seal itself off, it will burst and explode, and the rest of my organs will freak the fuck out, and I will die in a perhaps very painful way. In the same regard, the surgery would require me to be cut open while I'm sedated for 3 to 4 hours. Part of me is worried I'm going to wake up in the middle of the surgery, be paralyzed, but able to feel everything. Also, I care about because it's sensitive to your organs and stuff. And then of course it's basically going to be getting your area between my ball sack and my butthole cut open, and then surgery on the deepest parts of my urethra, which would affect my dick, so I don't know how that's going to work. So I'm worried that's going to have a negative effect on that stuff. And of course my bladder and my organs, and I'm like, how much blood is going to come out? Like when they're doing that surgery, how much blood is going to come out of me? What if I just go to sleep for the surgery and I never wake up? What if I die? What if it kills me? And even then, let's say the surgery goes well. Like I said, if I can, I plan to record that same day when I get home. If I can. I mean, at least if I don't record for a while, like for the first couple weeks, it's probably just me adjusting, getting recovered from all the surgery and drugs that they pump in me, I guess. But I guess if after a couple weeks to a month, if you don't hear from me, then I guess I died. Which sucks. That's inconvenient. I would rather that not happen, but if it does, I guess that's how it does, I guess. But it's just, and of course, I'd have a couple hours of 3 to 4 hours of me being sedated while they're doing reconstructive surgery on my internal organs, and then of course shoving my organs back once they're all stitched and cut open and stitched back together, shoved back up inside me, sewing my taint shut, and then basically a month of recovery at least. I'd practically be bedridden. I'll just have snacks and water next to the bed, and I'll just live in my bedroom for about a month. And normally I'll take 15 showers a week. But I imagine at that time I probably won't take a shower at all because I just won't want to move or do anything. I'll just lay in my bed for a month and not go anywhere or do anything. And for the first 2 weeks of it, the first 14 days of it, I'd have a catheter up my dick. So that's going to be... Well, let's not mince words. It's going to be fucking awful. I'm going to hate every fucking second of it. And like I said, if possible, I will try to record videos that same day. And I'm going to be a grumpy-ass motherfucker. I'm going to be very agitated. Because I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to have all sorts of drugs the doctors will have pumped me full of. And I'm going to have a rubber tube up my penis. For 14 days straight. And then I'll probably be... And from what I'm told with that, I'll be... You know, when the time is up for you're allowed to take it out, I'll then have to slowly pull a rubber tube out of my dick. All of this sounds horrible to me. Like I said, initially doctors wanted me to do it a year ago. Like May of 2022 is when they thought it was necessary. Like, granted, they were talking about the stuff back in December of 2021 even, and technically starting to look into stuff in November 2021. But it's just like, right now is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th of 2023. And if possible, I want to try to put it off for another year. Because I don't want to do it. At least if it does kill me, then at least I was able to, like if the surgery where it does wind up killing me, then at least I was able to stay alive longer by putting it off. But of course, eventually I have to do the surgery, because the whole point of doing the surgery is that if I don't do the surgery, then eventually my bladder will just completely seal itself off and just explode. And at that point, even a catheter is an option, because a catheter has to be a tube that has to go through an opening in there. Basically, the opening of my bladder that connects to my dick, and I'm not talking about it's like up inside my body, so it's not like it's in my dick, but the bladder is connected to your dick, so it's kind of odd. It hurts to pee. I will say this. Had a cystoscopy December 28th of 2021. They had me sedated for about 20 to 30 minutes. Because that's the only fucking way they would ever get me to fucking sit still for that. Honestly, if being sedated wasn't an option, I just would have never done it. But cystoscopy is where they shove a metal tube with a camera on it up your dick, through your bladder, into the rest of you. I will tell you this. Even though they had some sort of lubricant around the metal pipe that they shoved up my dick, which I was, sedated for, the first few days, especially the very first time peeing after that, I was fucking screaming in pain from that. That fucking hurt so fucking bad. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, imagine the worst sort of UTI pain you possibly could have ever had peeing. Magnify that a millionfold. Fucking hurt. Granted, yes, I'm being overly dramatic. But the point is, I'm agitated by it. And here's the thing. Even if I did have somebody to talk to about this, in what point, in what universe, do you talk to your family, to your friends, to your lover, if you had a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever? Do you talk to them about this? About, yes, hurts so bad to pee you were screaming. And heck, there are some days where I will yell a bit as I pee. But at least nothing as bad as that day. Fuck. It's just, it hurt a lot. And then, of course, about a month after that, I did a separate thing where they took a tiny little catheter stuck it like halfway up your dick, like, and then they pump a fluid the wrong way up your penis into your bladder, which the fluid is dyed so that an X-ray can watch it with a camera in real time. And I took everything I had to not punch the fucking doctor in the face. And of course, again, I don't mean any harm to the doctor. I wouldn't, like, I even told the doctor, thank you, I appreciate everything you're doing. But at the same time, me and him have very different definitions on what counts as painless. And I felt... And of course they understood why, as they're looking at the fucking camera showing what's happening on the X-ray. Because it's not showing... Like, you're seeing the bones and stuff. Like, the machine, like, I'm looking at it in real time as they're pumping a dyed chemical fluid the wrong way up my urethra into my bladder, pumping a fluid up my dick. And you see, like, hey, here's a solid stream, and all of a sudden, pinhole. And then solid stream again. Hell, I've had some doctors look at it and they're like, I'm not even sure how the fuck you're able to pee. And it's like, oh, that explains why you're in pain when we're pumping this fluid up your penis. Because we said this would be relatively painless, so even before they started pumping the fluid up my dick, just shoving a small rubber tube halfway up my dick. That's already uncomfortable. I'm already very, very angry with the entire situation. And then, even if I didn't have the stricture with the bladder, it's like right at the opening where the bladder connects to the urethra for me to fucking piss. Pumping a fluid the wrong way up that one-way path. Very painful. Let alone the fact that there's a structure to where all of a sudden it's just... Not only is it going the wrong way up the river, but part of the river is just like got a broken building in the middle of the fucking of it. Like, doctor's like, it's like, kind of surprised your bladder isn't trying too hard to push through it and just sort of tearing things open. Not that I don't have hernias from other things in parts of my body, because apparently my body just fucking sucks. Again, other people have much worse things. And again, I'm not trying to make light of that stuff. I'm just saying, I feel inadequate as a person, because other people go to the gym and they get jacked and get stronger, and I'm like, I can't get any better at the bench press. And anytime I try to push myself hard at the gym, I just get weaker, my muscles get smaller, and I injure myself more. And I'm like, it just makes me feel like I'm a failure of a human being. That I can't measure up to what these other people are capable of. And that I just don't have any value or worth as a person. But yeah, eventually I have to have that surgery. And who the fuck would I talk to about this stuff? Like, even if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't be talking to her about this stuff, let alone my thoughts and feelings on this, because at the end of the day, that's just going to put an enormous emotional burden on that person. If I'm hanging with that person, I just want to enjoy being with them. I mean, of course I want them to care about me, but at the same time, it's just like I said, I've had girlfriends. I've even been married at one point. I never discussed being depressed or having suicidal thoughts or any numerous bad things that were going on in life or had gone on in life, even if they still weigh on me emotionally and bother me and perhaps mean I probably require a bit more therapy. And again, that's one thing I still think is kind of odd. Batman, you're a billionaire. Why are you punching people in the street? You can afford an entire team of therapists. You have the money to afford therapy, Batman. Why don't you have an entire team of therapists? You're a fucking billionaire. I was drinking some Barks Ruby earlier. I got apple juice right now. I'm just glad that I didn't move my leg with move my arm around and knock over my juice, because then it'd be like on the ground after getting towel to clean it up. Like, fuck. And I'm like, I want to drink that. So that's good. I also got some potato chips, salsa here. I will eat eventually, and I'll probably go somewhere and attempt to be kind of sociable and fail. But at least I'm trying. Honestly, I don't even know, like, if anyone is listening to this. Like, I don't know why you're here, but again, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate that you're listening to this. I don't know why you're listening to this. I don't think it's of any benefit to you. If it is, it's awesome. It's just the point is this. Even if I were to make a live stream, no one would want to listen. Even then, I wouldn't know what to say. It's just, at least by making the recording, I can express my thoughts or feelings. And even if nobody wants to listen to it right now, maybe one day somebody will. And even then, they probably won't think highly of me. But one thing I want to try to express to people is that it's not healthy to bottle up your thoughts and feelings. Granted, it's important to be careful about who you express them with. And it's important. It's important. To just be able to talk about things. Because like I said, at least by recording it, it at least makes me feel like I'm less isolated. And maybe other people out there, they share the same feelings and emotions I do. I don't know what benefit it is to them to know that there's some guy named Lunar who is the same as them. But at least they know they're not alone. At least they know that I do have feelings. And that I'm trying to tell them that it's okay to have those feelings if you do too. That it's okay for people to have emotions. It's okay to feel sad or cry. And I'll say this, especially to men out there. There's like a stigma against you guys to be able to cry or anything. I just want you to know that if you do feel sad or upset and want to cry, it's okay to feel that way. Of course you have to be careful who you do that around, because it's a very personal thing. So obviously, be careful on that. But it is important to let it out. It does help you to release endorphins too. And of course, if there's things you can do to actually make the circumstances of whatever it is that's bothering you better, you should absolutely do that. But I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure there's a large group of people, both men and women, who also feel isolated, who also feel alone, that also feel like they can't talk to anyone about anything, let alone about stuff that's very emotionally sensitive to them, or stuff that's just them being very upset or frustrated with stuff. I just want to be able to express to people that it's okay to feel those emotions, and it's not healthy to bottle it up. And I want people to find healthy ways to express their thoughts and feelings. That as long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting anyone else, I want people to be able to express themselves, to open up about their thoughts and feelings. Though, I guess the biggest thing of all is this video is selfish. I just want to make the video for myself because it makes me feel better. It's not really accomplishing anything, but it makes me feel better. And it helps. But yeah, like I said, I really couldn't expect anyone to actually like me. I mean, I am the most offensive person on this platform. At least until they eventually delete my channel, I guess. Who knows if that'll ever happen. At which point, I guess I'll just find a different way to express myself. Probably Twitch or something, I guess. I have done some Twitch stuff in the past. I don't know. You can't really record videos on Twitch. It's just streaming. At least YouTube, I can upload a video and it's there. People can come back to it. Heck, I still go back to old Markiplier videos from like back when he first started. I enjoy it. It's just, I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of Let's Play, so I wanted to make them myself. But I understand I'm not going to be doing professional stuff. I just do me. There's no editing, there's no fancy anything. I'm just some guy who starts up a video game and hits record on OBS. It's a free OBS version. That's who I am. I'm just a guy who turns on his laptop, turns on a video game, turns on OBS, sets the screen capture, make sure the microphone's not muted. And let me double check that again, actually. Make sure it's not muted. Yeah. So we're over 2 hours into this video. And that's the thing. I have a microphone on a gaming headset thing that I bought for like $30 from like Best Buy, I think. It's a laptop, Intel 7. And that's the thing. I'm just sitting in my room. I'm just a guy who comes home from work, turns on his laptop, turns on a video game, plugs a controller and a headset to his laptop, turns on OBS, makes sure it functions well enough to even record at all. Think up, it's got a picture, it's got a sound, good to go. And then I just start playing a game and I react to the game and I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. And that's the thing with this channel, I can just be myself, I can just talk about whatever. I can just talk. It's not a traditional Let's Play at all. It's not a traditional Let's Play channel at all. This is just me being me. A place where I can be myself and just talk without a filter. And I understand. I'm rude, I'm vulgar, I'm cringy, I'm stupid, I'm boring, I'm annoying. And I am extremely offensive. Honestly, there's no reason for anyone listening to this to like me in any way at all. If anything, I give people every reason in all my videos just to hate me. There's nothing special about me. I'm not good at anything. I don't play any games well. I'm not good at anything IRL. I play a guitar, I'm horrible at it. I can't draw worth a shit. I can't get any stronger. I can't do MMA or boxing with any amount of skill. I work in a factory. At least until I fuck that up. Or I die. One of those, I guess. And as far as interpersonal relationships, I'm fat, I'm ugly, my face is just horrifying for people to look at me. Like I said, I like my face, but Apparently no one else in the world agrees with that. So, that's fine. And I got a pillow, I can hug that. And even then, it's just... like I said, I think there's other people that feel the same way I do. That the emotions and feelings I express, I think there's other people that feel the same. I don't know, honestly, it probably doesn't help me. Even if those people are listening to this video right now, this video probably doesn't help them at all. I mean, if it were to, I think that would be awesome. But, like I said, if it were to have any sort of beneficial effect on people, I would like to think that it would help people to just want to try, just to talk about their thoughts and feelings, to sing karaoke to express their emotions, to just be kinder to themselves. I think I said at one point, if I were to define lunar D8 as if I was in the Webster's dictionary, granted I'm sure there's people I can think of much more unflattering ways to describe me, and honestly, they probably wouldn't be wrong. It's just the fact that if I'm going to pick a definition for myself, then I want to pick the one that I feel is at least the way I see myself, and at least as a way that's at least more flattering way of putting who I am. Think of this like a person doing a TikTok, but they're using tons of filters on their face and stuff. That's basically what this Webster's definition of me is. Me trying to make myself sound better than I am. Lunar D8. Define. Definition. Lunar D8. A depressed pacifist who tells people to talk about their feelings and to be kinder to themselves and to grow as people, whether that be playing guitar, drawing, going to the gym, learning foreign languages, mixed martial arts, any of those things. But I just want to encourage people that, one, if you are depressed, just talk about your feelings. Listen to nightcore music. Heck, if you have to, sit in a dark room with a fan on, listen to headphones and some nightcore music. Cry your eyes out if you have to. Some people would criticize it's not accomplishing anything, and of course, I would say if there are things you can accomplish, like whether it's trying to get more in shape or doing better to improve your quality of life, that's awesome. But it doesn't matter if you feel miserable. Because like I said, at one point I was going to the gym a bunch and I wasn't getting results, but again, I wasn't doing it right. But also I was just miserable. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many weights you're lifting, you're still, alone as you do it. Granted, I enjoy lifting and stuff, it's just, I don't really seem to understand moderation, so either I tend to do things where I try to push myself too hard. And it's kind of like bench press. Like, honestly, I tend to just do 8 reps, do my sets of 8, 8 reps of 135 pounds for a bench press, which is weird. I can do 30 push-ups in a row without stopping. 30 normal push-ups, like you would do in the military sort of shit, which I've never been in the military, never would. I'd be completely fucking useless as a military person. Like, what the fuck would I do to an enemy soldier? Hey, look at this Galagura meme. It's hilarious, isn't it? That's not something anybody would be scared of. Anyone remember the cartoon Street Sharks? Taco Bell used to sell toys with those Street Sharks. Street Shark. I know. I don't even remember the music. There's a cartoon called Street Sharks back with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think. Heck, I remember one point I had a little kiddie pool table with Teenage Mutant Turtles on it. It was cool. I liked it. I appreciated that I had it. But I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. I would like, I know I'm doing a horrible job of it, and honestly, this is not the way anybody would go about doing it, because this is not professional. This is not something people would want to watch or listen to. This is not something that is going to keep someone invested as they listen to it. Like, oh, listen to my 20-point list, with my bulletin point list of how to, like, I don't know, become a fucking Super Saiyan. I don't fucking know. I can't even think of an example of the bullshit that could even rival the amount of bullshit that I fucking am right now. Wow, let's listen to Lunar D8 just be sad, or just talk about things because he just wants to be able to talk to people, and he's apparently that lonely that he's sitting here in a laptop talking. I'm sitting in the laptop. I'm sitting in a chair talking to a laptop. But I don't fucking know. It's just, if anything, I just want to encourage people to be like, if you do feel anything like whatever the fuck it is I feel, then I at least want you to be nice to yourself, okay? That's a start. Just take care of yourselves, okay? That's what matters most. I want you guys to take care of yourselves. I want you to be kind to yourselves. There's no reason why you should be talking down to yourself. There's no reason why, because I know some people might have an internal monologue that's a bit negative. You might be constantly yelling at yourself or calling yourself horrible things in your own head. You shouldn't do that. But I understand it's really hard. It may even seem impossible to turn that off. It's just, you should be kinder to yourself. You should try to get some more sleep. Try to eat a little more healthy. Try to take better care of yourself. And even if you feel like everyone in the world hates you, I want you to still love yourself, okay? Even if you feel like you're worthless, I still want you to value yourself, okay? So, if you're listening to this, one, thank you for listening. I don't know why you're here, but thank you. And yeah, I want you to, if you're listening to this video, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to be nicer to yourself, okay? I want you to treat yourself better. I want you to care about yourself. I want you to love yourself. I want you to be nice to yourself. I want you to find a way to talk about your thoughts and feelings and open up emotionally. That is healthy and productive. Main focus on the healthy part, I guess. And especially on finding a way to express yourself that doesn't hurt you or anyone else. If possible, I want you to be happy. life isn't going to be perfect. I don't know if things are ever even better. I don't know your situation or circumstances. But I just want you to keep going. I just want you to keep trying. No matter what happens, even if things get worse, even if they get harder, even if things get more difficult for you, I want you to keep going. I want you to keep trying. I want you to not be so critical of yourself. So, if you could, as a favor to me, I want you to love yourself. Well, I guess now that we're done with me being a dumbass, I guess. Like I said, this is... Like I said, won't be listening to custom music maybe, I don't know. We're gonna go see Armstrong, Senator Armstrong, Metal Gear Solid is great. Adversary, Sexy, Ragman's Anka, Madness Combat, like I said. Last video we had Buddy in a Box and like a dozen super angry BFF Stage 3 blood puppies that were actually Cheetah from Chainsaw Man. This makes the dolly into a Ray Ayanami for Evangelion. Neko's, I don't remember. Isaac Survivors, we'll get to at some point. A thing for Madness Combat's Long Shadow. Mega Satan, Madness Combat. We'll probably never see the Siren boss, but it'll be cool when we do, I guess. The one thing that changes difficulty, just, you know, because it take forever to do anything, even this. Isaac, Grunt, Dark One, Sexy, Evangelion, Spear of Longinus, Spear of Destiny, Pizza Tower Screen, bunch of Neko stuff. Basically, Neko sounds, we lose our mantle. Neko Hush, Neko Stony, Neko Turrets, Neko Alt Judas, more Visible Tinted Skull, Maggie's a Madness Combat thing. Like I said, Madness Combat list affected the Harbingers, so we were still able to have Bestia, but of course, I don't know if you guys would see that video. Like, I'll try to make it, like, it'll take maybe a few days, because you can only edit one thing at a time, and even then it's not like it's controlled, it's just like, hey, we'll try to beat the song. So you might lose some of the commentary, but it's not like I said anything useful. And it's my own damn fault for using a fucking soundtrack. But it's just, I just wanted to listen to different music. I just wanted to listen to different music. Biblically Accurate Angels, Dogma's a puppy, Esau's now a sexy girl, this question mark tells you to fuck yourself, Lazarus, we make hentai sounds, The Haunt and Plum are different. So yeah. But that's what we did. This is Kane. I'm just gonna hop into this real quick. Let's see what... Yep, we're a kitty cat! Kitty cat. Awesome. I have a shovel for some reason. I don't know why. Did you... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. What kind of shovel do I have? What the fuck's happening with this? Is that just what the... an item looks like? Whatever. New run. Let's look at the one Esau character. He'll come out eventually, I guess. We'll wait. We'll fight Gluttony in the meantime. Oh, you can't shoot me like that. There we go. Ah, fire. You know, that looks pretty awesome. Huh. Neat. And of course, we got ice vampire survivors. I guess things to do would be... I mean, Hush is now a Neko. Bestia, you know, the Beast is a sexy anime girl with big tits. We also have an extra Bestia mod for some feet and stuff in the mob fight. Mega Satan, Lamb, Blue Baby, Isaac are various, and Mother Shadow are all various madness combat things. Huh, can I not? I don't think I can access Greed mode with the survivors thing on. I think it takes precedence. Let's turn that off. Did it crash? Okay, I was able to turn green mode back on. That's odd. Okay, some speed, that's definitely good. Yep, and just already ruined the costume. It's fine. I don't know why that didn't hurt me, but okay. A crawl space? There. Okay, that's awesome if we live long enough. Oh, my fucks. But still, I'm like annoyed that I even had, like, that video even got the copyright thing. I'm like, fuck. But again, that's my own fucking fault. So, like I said, if I can, I'll get that video uploaded. If I can ever get it into a state that YouTube and the owners of the music are okay with. Oh my god. Oh, that was great. Thank you, game. Honestly, though, I've kind of gotten lucky with some of my damages, so honestly, it feels fair. That's actually the best thing that could have happened. Those bombs really helped clear out the... Oh, my fucks. Bring more apple juice. Oh. Okay, that's good. I know, I'm being greedy. I was wanting some OP item or something, but still, getting 2 spare hearts, a key, a couple coins is pretty damn good. You know what? Some more tears. And some more spirit hearts. Yeah, sure, let's just take it now. I was debating whether or not I should save them for them after all this. You know what? No. My damage is horrible right now, guys. Just saying. Maybe we should have picked somebody who didn't. Like, I don't care about getting the completion mark right now. I just want to show off Senator Fox Armstrong. That's Ultra Greed. Ow. Really? What's this music? Definitely Madness Combat. Fucking hell. And there's also, I saw a mod that was like greedier bosses, where like it just changes all the bosses in greed mode to have more greed mode theme. You know, basically money eyes and stuff. You sell a bomb? I think a bomb would be pretty useful right now. Nope, okay. Could reroll for a bomb. No. Huh. I wonder what the Tainted Judas does in his little cutscene. What about the Tainted Jacob guy? Okay, that's a good one. God damn it. I was like, I'll buy a key later. Great. I don't know if that was worth it anymore. Sure. I don't know why PhD made me this character. But yeah, so Mega Satans. Oh! Back assward, the Lazarus challenge. I could just do that to hop right into it. Like I said, we're not getting a completion mark by doing this, but it's like I just won D6 because I'm like, well, this is a pretty balanced character, and I just want to be able to win. But that fucking son of a bitch! Why am I taking damage? I mean, likely to me even getting any item here is... As I play the game, I'm like, feel more and more tempted to just get cheat engine. But like I said, at least so far the mods that I have don't do anything in terms of increasing or decreasing difficulty. Unless you count... What the f... Unless you count... The fuck is this build right now? Like, I don't think I've ever had to wait this long. Fuck you! It's just, they're everywhere! This is taking so long! I don't think I've ever seen this many fucking bomb flies in one room ever! Even right now, this feels fucking excessive. Fuck. Okay, I know we're in greed mode, but I do have the King Boo mod. You worked in Boss Rush. Why are you not? Is it because the other ghosts are here? Again, why there's so many? Did green mode suddenly get a fucking buff that I'm not aware of? Or is it just suddenly harder because it's something else like... Fuck you. Why are you not... Is it because you're a champion version of it? Is he only... This is so dumb. Eat this fucking bomb. Fucking asshole. Just want to show Senator Armstrong off. Fucking asshole. Come on! Like, there's literally a mod that's all, like, you start with Sacred Heart on every fucking run. Where you can just change, or of course just cheat it, just give yourself anything ever. I can't shoot you, because every time I get close, you spit out fucking spiders! Yes. Also, decisions I should not make. Ow. How's everyone enjoying the hentai sounds we make? Like I said, I think the main thing of interest in the previous video was the Bochita mod, where we had the Chainsaw Doggo, and Dogma was an actual dog, and the Harbingers of the Apocalypse were all Madness combat people, and the Beast was a giant tittied, sexy anime waifu. Hopefully we start picking up some steam here, because we do not have any power. With the exception of Sacred Heart really carrying us at this point. Didn't I buy an extra key already? Okay. Okay. Okay, there's at least something on sale, so we'll get our key. We'll buy this, that's very useful. Oh my hell yes! That's fucking awesome. No. Are you? Game, go fuck yourself. And that's another thing, the Curse of the Blind, it changes the question mark to it literally just says fuck you. We did encounter that in the last video. Which, like I said, I don't know if you guys will ever see that video because the magical Madoka princess, magic princess girl with magic soundtrack, anime stuff. It's apparently copyright issues. So, in the moment, you might not see that for days. Because I have to... Because it's not like I have to worry about getting it monetized, because I'm never going to be monetized ever. I don't care about being monetized. But they care so much about the copyrighted thing that they're like, just instant block the video. And of course, like I said, the Punchline video, got a copyright strike for that. Even though, like literally it's just gameplay and me playing a video game. And here's the thing, Punchline is not a well-known game. It's not like I'm playing... And even then, it's like, I feel like it'd be like if Elden Ring, like if I played Elden Ring and the Elden Ring complained that, you know, I was using music from their... Are you fucking kidding me? Sell me a battery, for goodness sakes. Okay, that is what I asked for. That is awesome. Now we're picking up momentum. Who are we fighting? Oh, gate. Oh, I thought I dodged. I did not. I'm just gonna hang out in this corner and be like swarmed by fucking spiders. Thank you, you asshole. Are you fucking kidding me? Lowest stat is probably considered speed at the moment. Well, we're gonna find out in this video if Madness Combat counts as freaking copyright. Even though it's an independent Flash producer, so it's not like it's owned by a major company. Also, I have a key piece. You give me a devil deal? 37%. Well, at least it's not there anymore. Not that would have. What do you mean there's an item in here? Oh. I kept you so I could heal. I almost forgot that I did that. And by almost, I mean I literally did, and I was like, why the fuck is there an item here? I'll take the speed down for this. The speed up was pretty helpful when I did have it, though. Tears up.
Experimental pill.
Huh. Why is that? I don't think that. Is it ever good? Has anyone ever gotten a good effect? Oh right, I have. I was like, I'm willing to take the damage. I'm gonna run in there. Oh. Well, if that's the case. But I literally forgot about the callus. Like I just picked it up and I already. Nope. Yes. Sacred laser. Yes. Did I already go in here? Huh. I know I could have rerolled it. Okay, I got a couple bombs. That's... Huh. Hear me out.
The tower. Ace of spades.
I was hoping it would turn all the bombs into keys as well. But that's fine. I shouldn't. Oh! Okay, that just feels kind of silly. Besides, this is like the only one I'd be able to possibly afford. So that's our goal. Our goal is to get Godhead. Oh god. Sacred Heart Laser is OP. Oh god. It's a good thing I have so much damage in holding lasers, pretty much. Let me check this real quick. I got really confused there. My bad. That was entirely my fault. As was that. funny thing is, ow. I was literally talking about, like, I was going to say, like, why I'm not going to get hit. Because, like, funny thing is that is laser curves, I know it's homing in. But if it goes straight, I know he's in the air. Which means, as long as I know to look for the laser being straight, I'll never take damage. And then I immediately proceed to take damage. You're like, oh, you could have gotten that. But here's the thing. This far in, of what we have, I just want to prioritize getting Godhead, even if that means not getting Steam Sale. But I guess we're going to find out if Madness Combat counts as copyright. You know, it shouldn't, because it's a thing from Newgrounds. I'm unlikely to get very many more keys, so... I'm not sure how I feel about this build. None of those things were really what I was trying for there. But this is not a bad build. Hopefully you don't regret. Well, here's the thing. Steam sale plus everything would have required 7 cents. So I would have been 1 cent short. So had I bought Steam sale, I would have been, unless I could have somehow found one more penny, I would have been 1 cent short. That's just odd that you offer that. And it's... I mean, it's a little late in the run for this to really be a huge thing. But sure. If I had Dr. Fetus, maybe? "99 bombs, Bomber Boy." This is a lot of very interesting right now. It's a lot of very interesting. Okay. Really? That's just kind of ironic. You know, the only thing... Great. I was like, the only thing that helped me is that I damaged so high that I just evaporated somebody. Things that are okay to say in the context of a video game. That you evaporated a person. But in real life, might be seen as less than okay. Yeah. Not that strong of an item, but something. I don't have a choice. I need the hearts. So we basically have to give up on buying any items this floor. Just kind of hoping for a spirit heart. We have Godhead and Sacred Heart somehow. Like, we have fucked over this build. Like, this is like an amazing build that we somehow lucked the fuck into. Oh, yep, see? It's either Adversary or Dark One. By the way, you see like its anime character now. Did you spawn the bomb up my ass? How am I supposed to... That was a lot of gore for that. That was actually very unexpected and a bit much. It was like that cacophobia thing from the Fiend Folio mod that I saw. I'm trying to dodge. I'm trying to dodge this shit. Really? Game, are you trying to force me to use cheat engine? Nope. Well, we're fucked. Watch, we're gonna make all this distance. We're not even gonna make it to Senator Armstrong. Alright, there's no items. I was kind of hoping for. Huh. What? At least the hearts are on sale.
Tears up.
At what point is the sacrificial egg gonna do anything? I don't know if... Ah, fuck! I remember there was also a mod that lets you do Mega Satan. As options out of the greed. Okay. I would explode you and reroll your key. if it were an option. You could reroll this guy, but honestly, he's not a bad pickup. Can I have like 1 cent to possibly reroll this? Nope. Okay. Well, in this case, my best option is just to do this. Do have some good damage. 13.8 damage is nothing to sneeze at. Senator Greedstrong. Nano machines! Okay. Hope everyone had a wonderful day.